Hello everyone and welcome to the class. My name is Audrey and today for our vocab lesson we will be doing another lesson about phrasal verbs. So hopefully if you're interested in learning more phrasal verbs, you've been watching my phrasal verb classes and getting a nice library of phrasal verbs. So today we're looking at 12 more phrasal verbs and we'll look at example sentences to try and find the meaning. So I hope that you'll come and join this class, either watching or, of course, participating. And again, I'm not just going to tell you the definitions, but we'll look at example sentences and try to find the meanings using context clues. Okay, so that's really what's important when you're learning a language, because there's always going to be new words, new verbs, new things to learn. So if you can learn how to look at context clues and try and find the meaning, then you'll be great, okay? And again, phrasal verbs, just to let you know, for those of you who might be beginner or lower intermediate, phrasal verbs are those verbs that are made up of more than one word. So a lot of times it's a verb with a preposition. And they're very, very commonly used both in informal and formal speech. Okay, and so using these words and incorporating them into your vocabulary is what's going to make you sound more and more natural, more like a native speaker. So I do invite you to join this class. Let me give you the link. I'm going to go ahead and post the presentation in the Verbling chat. So those of you who are interested in seeing the slides right now can go ahead and look. So we have 12 verbs that we're going to focus on today. Throughout the class, if you're in the class or in the chat, you can ask any questions that you do have and I will try to answer them for you. Okay, so some of them are used more informally, some of them are used formally. So if you have questions about the usage, when they are used, you can ask. Okay, again, I invite you to ask any questions that you do have. So right now is our premium period, but I think that the class is open now. So those of you who are watching can go ahead and join, and we'll get started here in just a moment. So we have Fanfo, how are you?
Hi there, I'm fine, how are you?
Great, nice to see you, nice to see you. And remind me where you're from?
Saudi Arabia.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So welcome. We also have Abdullah. Welcome, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Great, it's nice to see you. We were in a Spanish class together, right?
Yeah, we were.
Very cool, yeah. Very good.
Welcome. You beat me. Yeah, this was yeah. No, it was fun. It was fun.
I won. It was fun. It was. Okay. We also have Ali. Welcome, Ali. Are you there, Ali? Okay. Hopefully you will maybe need to get your microphone unmuted, but I'll come back to you. Just let me know if you're there. Let's see. We also have Thon. Are you there? Remember to unmute your microphone. Oh, there you are. How are you? Are you there, Thon? Okay, I'll come back. No worries. And let's see, we have Aimee. Are you there, Aimee? Or is it Hamid? Okay. Hopefully you're there. Hopefully we can get everybody participating. So make sure that you unmute your mic when you come into the Hangout. Okay, so let's go ahead and start by just introducing yourself and share with us a phrasal verb that you've learned recently. So we are going over phrasal verbs. And there are hundreds, if not thousands, of phrasal verbs and different meanings. So if you would just tell us one that you've learned recently, and you can tell us what it means. Okay, so we'll start with Abdullah.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Abdullah. I'm from Germany, and the last phrasal verb I have learned is to sell someone down the river.
Okay, to sell someone down the river. You said it right.
Okay, good.
And what does it mean?
It means to betray someone.
Right, exactly. To sell them down the river. That's a great one. Thank you for that. And let's see, Fanfo, would you introduce yourself to everyone and share a phrasal verb that you've learned recently?
Yes, hi there. I'm Fanfo from Saudi Arabia. A phrasal word, a phrase I learned recently, it was born with a silver spoon.
Okay, born with a silver spoon, or born with a silver spoon in their mouth, something like that?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
And what does it mean?
Means like someone who's born in a rich family, on a rich class. Yes.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. Let's see, we have, Amy, are you there? Okay, you might need to unmute your microphone, so your microphone might be muted, and you can click on that red unmute button above the verbling chat. And let's see who else we have. Thong, are you there? Maybe? Okay, just let us know if you get your microphone working. Hopefully you can. Are you there? I hear something. Okay, let's see. We also have, let's see, Yvette? Are you there, Yvette?
Hello? No. It's microphone.
Okay, I hear you. Your microphone is very quiet, but we can hear you. Is it Emery?
Hi, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Great, nice to see you. Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Turkey.
Okay, wonderful. And have you learned any phrasal verbs recently?
I don't learn. I didn't learn.
Okay, no problem, because today we're going to go over 12 new phrasal verbs, so hopefully you will learn some new ones today. Okay, we also have Pawan, welcome.
Hi ma'am, how are you?
Great, nice to see you. Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Pakistan.
Okay, great, welcome to the class. And have you learned phrasal verbs recently?
Yes, I attended your last class.
Okay, excellent. It would be super great if you remembered one verb from last class that you could tell the class about.
Okay, that was chip in. It means giving share in something, in gift or in something. And second is come to. It means having some sense again or reconscious again.
Okay,
am I right?
Excellent, perfect. To chip in, or like you said, to give part or to contribute, as Abdullah says in the chat, and then also to come to regain consciousness. Okay, so I'm really happy that you remembered those. Great.
Thank you.
And let's see. We have Elisangela.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Great, nice to see you. Welcome to the class. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Okay, excellent. Could you say your name for me so I don't say it incorrectly?
My name is Elisangela.
Okay, excellent. And have you learned any phrasal verbs recently?
I open now.
Okay, no problem.
Now the lesson.
Yeah, so we're going to go through the
What's the
lesson.
phrasal? What's the phrasal where?
Phrasal verbs are verbs that are made up of more than one word. Okay, so any verb that's made up of more than one word, usually with the verb and a preposition. So we're going to learn 12 of them today, and hopefully you can remember them in the future. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, excellent. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the lesson. I already posted it in the chat, so you can open it up and see it on your screen, but I'm going to also put it on my screen. So just give me 1 second. Of course, let me know if anything is wrong with the presentation, if you can't see the presentation. But the first one we are going to do is to bank on, And we'll start with Abdullah. Could you read us this one?
Yeah, to bank on means, okay, don't forget to bring the money tomorrow. I'm banking on your help. Okay, I think that to bank on has the same meaning as to count on somebody.
Right. So to bank on, in this case, means to count on this person. Okay, exactly. But it doesn't always have to be a person. It can be anything that you're depending on or that you're relying on. So in this case, I'm banking on your help. I need your help. I'm relying on it. Okay, perfect. Any questions about this one?
No.
Okay, excellent.
Ma'am, I have
Go ahead.
bank on means needing help.
Not always to need help, but to rely on something or to depend on something.
Okay.
So in this case, I'm banking on your help. I'm depending on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other questions? Okay, very good.
I have a sentence.
Oh, let's see it. Let's hear it.
Kids always bank on their parents.
Perfect. Kids always bank on their parents. So they rely or they depend on their parents.
Teacher,
Yes?
it's different trust.
Right. It's different than trust because with trust, you're not always, it can be similar, but with trust, you're not always needing them or depending on them to succeed or to survive. Okay, so you can trust in somebody without depending on them or without needing their support.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, good question. So, of course, feel free to ask any questions or stop me to go back to other ones if you come up with other questions. So next we're going to go with to bring up. And this one actually has two meanings. Let's see. Alessandra, would you read us this one?
To bring up. Susanna stopped working order to bring up her children.
Okay, excellent. So what do you think that this one means, Alessandra? To bring up.
To bring up is to take care of the children.
Yeah, to take care of the children, or also you could say to raise her children.
To raise. I didn't understand. To raise.
Right, to raise. And I'll write that in the chat, to raise. To bring up or to raise.
To grow up.
Right, more or less, when you're taking care of a child while they're growing up. That's what it means to raise them. So most people, we could say, are brought up by their parents. Sometimes people are brought up by their grandparents or by an aunt or an uncle. So it's what it means to take care of a child as they're getting older. Okay?
Okay.
Any questions about this one, to bring up? And there's always a question with phrasal verbs as to if you can separate them or if you can't separate them. And this one you can separate. So you could say to bring up her children or to bring her children up. Either way. Okay, any other questions?
So it means
go ahead.
yeah. So it means we can break this phrasal verb in two parts.
Right, we can break it up. We can keep the bring and up, but put something in between.
Okay.
Okay, some phrasal verbs you can't separate, but this one you can.
Okay.
Okay, Abdullah, did you have a question?
Yeah, I think there's that to bring up has another meaning. It means to mention something.
Exactly. I did say that it had another meaning, and the other meaning is to mention something. So Abdullah, you brought up the other meaning of to bring up, right?
Yeah. Wow, that was a great example. Oh.
Okay, so to bring up can also be to mention. So I brought up my experience in the interview, or mentioned that experience.
Can I bring up a sentence?
Sure, you can bring one up.
I just did.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, excellent. So remember those two meanings, to bring up meaning to mention or also to raise a child.
Okay.
Any questions about that second meaning? Okay, perfect. Let's go next to boil down to boil down to. And Emre, would you read this one?
And the whole problem boils down to a lack of money.
Okay, excellent. What do you think, Emre, this one means, to boil down to?
Money is... I don't know, sorry.
That's okay. Think about this example. The whole problem, maybe complicated problem, boils down to a lack of money. Does anybody have ideas what this one could mean?
I have an idea. I think it means that the whole problem appeared because of a lack of money. So due to a lack of money, maybe.
Right. So, yeah, did you want to say something?
They don't have money anymore.
Right. So there is a larger problem and a more complicated problem, but it all boils down, or it all summarizes to a lack of money.
But
okay, so
can we use due to a lack of money? Can we say that, or is
you can say that in this case, but they're not equal. They're not exactly equal.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Right. So to boil down means to summarize. Okay. So even though the problem is complex and it has different parts, it all boils down, or it all summarizes to this one simple problem, to a lack of money.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
what is summarize? What is summarize?
To summarize. Can anybody give a definition of to summarize?
Summarize means to
summary is the result or the end.
Yeah.
Okay, could be the end, but how is the end different from where you started?
Well, to summarize means to explain something in a brief sentence.
Right.
Briefly. Yeah.
Right. So to make a longer thing briefer, or you could say to simplify.
Tell the main ideas.
Right. So in this case, the whole problem boils down, or simplifies, to a lack of money. So that's the simple problem, is the lack of money.
I have a sentence.
Okay, go ahead.
misunderstanding boils down to lack of communication.
Right, perfect, perfect. Okay, Yvette, we hear you. Your microphone is muting now.
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the class.
Hello.
Nice
Hello.
to see you.
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So we'll come back to you in just a moment. Where are you from, Yvette?
I'm from Holland.
From where?
Holland.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Nice to have you. Okay, any questions about this one to boil down to? Other questions?
No.
Okay, very good. Next we have to butt in, and let's see. Fanfo, would you read this one?
To butt in, it was extremely rude of you to butt in on our conversation.
Okay, have you seen this one? What do you think it means?
It was extremely rude of you. I'm not sure of the meaning. Yes, go on.
Do you have any guesses to butt in on our conversation?
Jump over our conversation, maybe.
Speak loudly.
Okay, could be.
Just to interfere.
Right, to interfere or to interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay, so to butt in, to interrupt or interfere. Exactly, so it was extremely rude of you to butt in. And to butt in is usually not to enter kindly, it's to enter rudely, to interrupt.
Yeah, it's like jumping over the talk between two.
You would say to jump in on the conversation. Okay, very good, very good. Any questions about this one?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, any questions?
No.
No.
Okay, good. Let's go to the next one, to carry out. And let's see. Me, how are you? Are you there, me?
He has gone, I think.
Oh, okay. Let's see who else we have. Mohammed? Are you there, Mohammed?
He was muted by Fanfo.
Mohammed, you have to unmute your microphone. So try and click on that microphone button just above the verbling chat.
No, Mohammed is not here.
Oh, he's not here. Okay, that's okay.
Ma'am,
We'll go
I have a question.
Okay, go on.
So, sorry, I know I am late, but I want to know the second form was but. It's a butted.
The past one?
Yes, the last one.
Okay, so if you're saying this in the past?
If I use this word, this phrase in past, so what will be the second form of but? Butted?
Right, he butted in on our conversation.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, good question. Okay, next we have to carry out. And Pawan, would you read it for us?
Yeah. To carry out. The plan was carried out exactly as planned. Carried out, the plan was carried out as planned. It means on the time. Am I right?
On time?
Yes, on time.
Okay, it could be on time, to carry something out on time. Hi, Mohammed, how are you?
I'm fine.
Great, nice to see you. Okay, excellent. We'll come back to you in just a moment.
Thank you.
To carry out, you said to be on time. Could be. How else could you say this? To carry something out.
Because I like this. The plan was carried out exactly as planned. It means on the time and or it means how can I say? I can explain in my language, but nobody can understand here.
I think you've got the right idea.
Exactly.
Right, so for something to be on time, or like it says here, exactly as planned. Okay, if something happens exactly as it was supposed to happen.
Yeah. I was thinking, but I was not finding that word on the time. Yeah.
Well, you did a great job. So, exactly. To carry something out means to do it exactly as it should be done. Okay, very good. Any questions about this one? Okay, let's go to the next, to come forward. And Mohammed, would you read this one for us? Are you there, Mohammed?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, great. Could you read this one? Mohammed?
Hello?
Can you see the presentation?
I think he can't see your page.
Okay. Well, if you want to see the page, you can look in the chat for the link. I'll post it again to come forward. But let's go to Yvette. Did you want to read it for us? To come forward.
To come forward, the police. Huh? No?
Yeah, I'm here.
Saying something else. Oh my god.
Again, please. Again.
Okay, we'll have Yvette read this one. Could you read it?
Yeah. The police have asked any witnesses. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Any witnesses of the crime to come
forward? The police have asked.
The police have asked any
business.
Okay, we're getting a little confused here.
Witnesses of the crime to please come forward.
What's up?
Okay, perfect. Good. Okay, sorry for the confusion. So we have to come forward. To come forward. The police have asked any witnesses of the crime to please come forward. So what does it mean to come forward?
Does it mean to convince?
To convince?
Yes.
Not really to convince, no.
Maybe I think it means just to step forward, maybe.
Okay, to step forward. It could be to step forward physically. What else could you say?
Of truly, of something like that. I don't know. Forward.
I have no comment.
Okay.
It means to following the policy.
Can you repeat?
It means to follow the policy.
To follow the police.
Isso, de follow the police. Sorry.
It could be to follow the police, to follow their orders. Okay. Any other ideas?
To be willing to offer.
One more time? Sorry, it's hard to hear.
Okay, to be willing to offer.
Okay. So in this case, the police have asked any witnesses to come forward. What do the police want the witnesses to do?
To help the police?
Exactly. Okay, so in this case, it means to help the police. But to come forward just means to present yourself. Okay? So they want the witnesses to come forward to present themselves so that they can help the police.
Okay.
Okay? So if you think about if the police are asking the criminal to come forward, so they're asking, please, whoever did this crime, come forward or present yourself. Okay? Reveal yourself.
This means ask for help or something?
Not to ask for help, but to reveal yourself, to come forward or to present yourself.
Oh, present yourself. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Exactly. So in this case, the police are asking for the help of the witnesses, so they need to know who the witnesses are. Please come to us or identify yourself so that we can get your help.
Yeah. Please come.
Okay, any questions about this one?
No.
Okay, very good. Let's go. Oh, was there a question?
No. I just want to say something. Yvette, could you go to another room because there is a lot of background noise and it's a little bit distracting. Or just
I don't know how to do it. It's my first time here, so I'm really
you can mute your microphone. Do you know how to do it?
I'm using now a laptop, and I have I don't have a how do you call it? My
headphones.
Yes, and I can just talk and.
Okay, I see.
Okay. Well, if you could, Yvette, could you mute your microphone, and then whenever you want to talk, you can unmute your microphone?
Okay. Yes,
okay, excellent. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so no problem.
Don't get it personally. Don't get it personally. Okay,
very nice.
Thanks.
Okay. So next we have to fizzle out. And Abdullah, could you read this one for us?
Mm-hmm. To fizzle out. They were best friends in college, but over the years the friendship fizzled out.
Okay, what do you think about this one, Abdullah?
I think that now that they have a good relationship together.
Their friendship fizzled out. Do you think they have a good relationship?
No, they don't have a good relationship right now.
Right. Because it says they were best friends in college, but over the years their friendship fizzled out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we see in the chat it means gradually end in a disappointing way. You gradually end. So they didn't have a huge fight and they hated each other, but it just gradually ended. Okay, so they just lost touch. They lost the connection.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's what it means to fizzle out. Any questions? Okay, let's go next to frown upon. And we have Amila, welcome. How are you? Are you there, Amila? I think your microphone is muted. Try to unmute your mic by clicking that microphone icon above the verbling chat. Okay, should be a red icon. But I'll come back to you, so hopefully you can get your microphone unmuted. Edson, welcome. How are you? Or is it Edison? Edison, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Welcome. So would you like to read this one?
The teacher frowns upon tardiness. She won't like you if you arrive late.
Okay, perfect. Have you heard this one before, to frown upon?
To frown upon.
What do you think it means, to frown upon?
Signs a place.
Okay. Could be. Any other ideas?
To frown upon. I just know frown. I mean, frown is your facial expression. No, if you're angry, or yeah, if you're angry, your eyebrows go together, right? And I think in this context, it could mean that she's not happy if someone is late.
Right, exactly. So that frown is that look of disapproval, right?
Yeah.
So the teacher frowns upon tardiness, or she disapproves of tardiness. She won't like you if you're late. So it's not always that it's against the rules or against the law, depending on the case, but it just means it's not accepted. It's looked down upon or disapproved of.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Questions about this one, to frown upon? How about that word tardiness? Does everybody understand tardiness?
I didn't understand.
Tardiness is just if you came late,
Like
right?
late, like
Right, exactly.
Like in Spanish, tarde.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So tardiness comes from that of course you can see it in some of the other Latin languages, that root tardy, meaning late. So,
like in French, tardive. Like in French, tardive.
Very good, very good. So that can help you remember that
like
word.
In Portuguese.
Perfect.
Like in Portuguese, tarde.
Exactly.
You know,
okay.
it pays out if you know other languages.
It does. It can help you to remember,
Yeah.
especially in English, because it's just a mix of every language, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, excellent. Any other questions? Okay, next let's look at this one, to get rid of something. Alessandra, would you read it?
To get rid of something. I need to clean the house, but it's so hard to get rid of all my old stuff. I didn't understand nothing at all.
That's okay, because we'll help you. Don't worry. Okay, so I need to clean my house. I'm sure you understand that part, right?
All right.
I need to clean my house. Okay, so let's help our classmates to understand that last part. It's so hard to get rid of all my stuff. What does it mean to get rid of something?
It means go to the end of something, to the end of that of is ready to go to the end of.
Okay, could be to go to the end of something. You're on the right track. Abdullah, what did you want to say?
To get rid of means just to remove something, if you want to remove it, or if you want to, if you don't want it anymore, like in this case.
Right, exactly. So to remove something, to remove or eliminate something. So it's so hard to get rid of all my old stuff. It's so hard to remove it or to eliminate it. Okay, so of course in this situation you have an attachment to your possessions, to the things that you own. So it's hard to remove them. It's hard to eliminate them. You want to keep them. Okay, so to get rid of something, to eliminate it. Did you understand, Alessandra?
Yes. I understand now. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, let's go next to go along with. To go along with. And we've just got a couple more, and then we'll have some time to review. Emery, would you read this for us?
Okay, to along with. Alex always goes along with anything his wife says.
Okay, perfect. So what do you think it means to go along with something?
I think I don't.
To go along with Alex siempre va.
Get on well. Maybe.
Sorry?
Maybe get on well. His wife.
Okay, to get along, is that what you said?
Get on well.
Okay, could be. He always goes along with anything his wife says. What do you think this means? Anybody else?
I think, well, Alex says every time yes to everything what his wife says.
Exactly. He goes along with anything. He agrees to anything.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So to agree or to support something.
Oh, poor guy. Yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah, so we can feel sad for Alex.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so perfect. I know you know the meaning when you're joking about it, so that's great. So any questions about this one to go along with? Okay, let's see. Next we have to jot down. And Benfo, would you read this one?
To jot down, can you give me a pen so I can jot this address down?
Okay, perfect. What do you think it means to jot something down?
Right?
Take a note or write?
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's good that you said take a note, because it's not to write something long like a letter. It's just to write something really quickly. Okay, can you give me a pen quickly so I can jot this down? Exactly. Questions about this one? And is this one, I have a question, is it separable or inseparable?
What does it mean?
Means, can you separate the two words or not? Because remember at the beginning of the class,
I mean, it's separable right now.
I said sometimes you can separate it, you can't, and that's because separate.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could either say, so I can jot this address down, or you could say, so I can jot down this address.
Yeah.
Either way. Okay, perfect. And the last one is to laugh off. To laugh off. And let me see.
Toby was...
Yvette, would you read it for us?
Me? Yvette?
Yeah, Yvette.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Have to read it?
Yes, go ahead and read it for us.
I don't see it now. Maybe
Yeah.
To allow off to be wait. Don't see it anymore.
Oh, can you see it now?
No. Oh yes, now yes. To be was angry because the divorce, but Angela just laughed it off. Something.
Okay, excellent. Toby was angry about the divorce, but Angela just laughed it off. What does it mean to laugh it off?
It's,
what do you think?
Don't take it serious.
Right.
Don't take it serious and maybe yeah.
Perfect. So to laugh something off is to not take it seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
Okay, so Toby was angry, but Angela just laughed it off. She didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Perfect. Questions about this one? Okay, any questions before we review? And of course, while we're reviewing, you can ask questions. Any questions that you have before we review?
I have a question about jot down.
Okay.
Can we use the phrase while we are talking on the phone? Like if someone telling me a number, I say, just a second till I jot down the number.
Right, that would be a perfect example of where you would use this. So you want to write something short and quick. You say, give me a moment, let me jot it down.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
exactly. Okay, so if there are no more questions, let's go ahead and review. Practice using these in sentences, and better yet, questions. So we're going to be asking our classmates questions using these, making sure that we all understand the meaning and how to use them properly. Okay, so the first one we had was to bank on. Abdullah, would you ask somebody a question using this one, to bank on?
I'm going to ask. I can't pronounce the name. Alice Angela? See, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just think. Would you bank on the help of your parents if you have a lack of money?
I don't have a bank of my parents because I am dependent at the moment.
Okay, very good, very good. So you would say, I don't bank on my parents because I'm independent.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Was my question grammatically correct? I have
Yes,
doubts.
it was perfect. No problem.
Good. Okay, good.
Okay, excellent question.
Okay.
And let's see. Ahmed, are you there? Okay, let's go to Nielsen. Are you there? You might need to unmute your microphone. Maybe not. Okay, let's go to Edison. I know you're there.
To bank on.
Oh, sorry. Let's go to the next one. To bring up. Could you ask somebody a question in the class using this one? To bring up.
Bring out is carry the phone, for example.
Remember, to bring up means to raise a child or to take care of a child as they grow.
Raise a child means?
Right, to raise a child. So maybe you weren't here for this part. To bring up meaning to raise a child. So look at the example. Susanna stopped working in order to bring up her children. So she stopped working so that she could take care of her children and raise them to adults.
Read, for example, the homework to the children.
Okay, not the homework, just to take care of them at home.
No, excuse me.
No problem. Okay, so do you understand to bring up just means to take care of your children and raise them until they are adults? Okay? So let's ask somebody who has a good understanding of this to bring up. Can you give us an example sentence? Anybody?
I will try. Is it better to be brought up by parents or by the grandparents?
Okay, excellent, excellent. Is it better to be brought up? And that's a great way to ask that in the past tense as well.
Can I try something?
Sure.
Yeah. I was make a sentence. I think. My parents was dead, and my brother bring me up.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. You would say. Right, but the only thing is that because it's in the past tense, you would say, my brother brought me up.
Okay, my brother brought me up.
Right,
Okay.
brought. And if you want to look at the spelling, Ayan has written that in the chat. Brought.
Brought.
Okay, very good. And what was the other meaning of this one?
To mention something.
Right, exactly. To bring up or to mention. So let's go to that next one. To boil down to. Elisangela, could you ask somebody a question using this? Do you remember the meaning of this one? This was kind of complicated. Are you there? Maybe you're busy. Let's go to Fanfo. Fanfo, could you give us an example or ask a question to somebody in the class using to boil down to?
Okay, I'm thinking of a question. I don't have any.
That's okay. That's okay. Anybody have a question to boil down to?
Yes, ma'am. I forgot that meaning again.
Okay, no problem. So what does it mean to boil down to? Remember, this one is a little tricky, a little complicated, but what does it mean? Okay, Bimal says in the chat to reduce. To reduce is a good way of saying it. To reduce or to simplify something. So the whole problem boils down to reduces or simplifies to a lack of money. So there's a more complicated problem, but it simplifies or summarizes into that lack of money.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe I can try a sentence. Reporters have reporters must boil down their reports, maybe?
Yeah. You could say they must boil down their reports. They must make them simpler or reduce
Shorter.
them.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So you can use it in that way as well. It's a little bit different than to boil down to something, but you can use it almost in the same context, meaning to reduce.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Other questions on this one?
I have a question. Is it something negative?
It's not negative.
Uh-huh.
In this case, it seems like it might be negative just because we're talking about a problem, but it doesn't mean something negative. It just means to simplify something. Okay? Great
If I asked like this, to whom do you boil down the invention of computers? Is it a good way?
Meaning, who do you give the credit to? What do you mean exactly?
Who create or who invent the computers?
Right. We wouldn't use it for that, to say that they created it. Okay? So we can use it to mean to simplify something larger, something more complex, but we wouldn't say, who do you boil down to. What you could say in that context is maybe maybe the invention of the internet boils down to this man's determination. So because of his determination, he worked and was able to create the beginnings of the internet. Okay, so we're taking a more complicated thing and simplifying it into something smaller.
Okay.
Everybody's confused now.
Me too.
Yes, this one is a hard one. It's hard.
Yeah. There was a long silence, so that's the reason.
Yes.
But I
It's
thought
hard
that.
not. Well, I hope that for the most part you kind of understand. So
Yeah.
if you imagine like thinking about that word to reduce, that's a good way to put it. If you're boiling something on a stove, meaning to heat it up until it is turning into steam, to boil something, that water is evaporating, and what you get is a concentrated mixture still in the pot, right? If you're boiling something. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that's where it comes from. When you boil something, the extra water comes up, the extra water goes out, and what you're left with is something more simple, more concentrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole problem, all of the extra stuff comes up, and you're left with something more simple.
All right.
Okay, so I hope that helped. Hopefully, I'm still hearing silence, but I'll just move on.
Oh dear.
Okay, let's go to this one. To butt in. Let's see. We have Jose. Welcome. How are you? Are you there, Jose? You might need to unmute your microphone.
I think he was just confused by your explanation. That's the reason.
Maybe two. Let's go to Pawan.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Wait, who?
I think everybody is boiling eggs.
You think everybody's what?
Boiling eggs, because we cannot understand boil down, so we are boiling eggs.
Eggs?
Forget
Eggs,
about boil
eggs.
down. We don't need that one.
It is really hard to remember.
Yes, I understand.
I forgot third time.
That's okay. Let's focus on the ones that maybe we can remember, because these are the ones that we'll use. And maybe, hopefully, in time, we'll understand boil down.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at this one to butt in. Pawan, could you give us an example with this one?
This boil down to?
The next one, to butt in.
No. Okay. Can you change please this, because still it's same.
Oh, you can't see it?
No, I am seeing the boil down to, still it is same.
Okay. On my screen, it's next. Can you see it now?
No.
It's
Let
still
me- Okay, let me take down the screen and I'll put it back up. And maybe
Okay, I think everybody likes the boil down to.
nobody likes that one. Okay, can you see it now?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, excellent.
Just a minute, please. Yeah. When somebody butt in between conversation with in my conversation, I was get angry. Just a minute. Let me make correctly. When someone try to butt in between my conversation, I get too angry. Is it correct?
Yeah, very good, very good. The only thing is when we're talking about a conversation, we say to butt in on a conversation.
Okay. But
Okay,
in
so,
on. Okay.
right. So when someone tries to butt in on my conversation, I get very angry.
Yeah.
I will keep that in mind. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for warning.
So
Okay.
Abdullah, don't butt in on Pawan's conversation.
No. I
No,
wasn't there.
it is just an example.
I know.
was
I'm just joking.
yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
Great example. Okay. Any questions about that one?
No.
And can you say that don't butt me down?
You would say, don't butt in on my conversation.
Don't butt me on my conversation. You have to use conversation. You cannot.
No, you don't
just
have
say,
to use that. You could say, don't butt in, and that's all you have to say.
Don't butt in. Oh, okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, meaning don't interrupt.
Don't butt in.
Okay, excellent. Any other questions? And we don't have time to go over all the rest of them, but any other questions about the other ones, other than boil down to? Forget that. Is everything else clear? Everything was okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. So again, if you want to keep this presentation, I'm going to post it in the chat. If you want to review it, you want to practice it on your own. But thank you all for coming to the class. It was a pleasure, and I hope to see you in the
Thanks
future.
a lot, Audrey.
Okay?
Okay.
Yes, you're welcome. Take care, everyone, okay?
Take care. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.